Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. Today's a longer meditation. It's 20 minutes, so the position is more important here. You want to find something generally comfortable and sturdy. You don't want to feel uncomfortable because then you'll be distracted by the way your body feels. But you also don't want to be unstable, because then you feel like you're about to fall over. Or, yeah, I got to get up and go do something else. The sense of being stable, which is why the formal meditation posture exists, is really essential for feeling like we're here to stay. Like we're not about to get up and go do something else. But just find what works for you. You can sit in a chair, you can lie down, although just try not to fall asleep. Just find what works for you. We also keep our eyes open during this meditation practice. But if you have learned to practice with your eyes closed, or you feel more comfortable doing so, feel free to do so. There are no hindrances here. But if your eyes are open, go ahead and just leave the screen alone and drop your gaze gently down below you, kind of looking at the floor or the desk or whatever is just below you. We're not staring at a particular spot or analyzing it, but we're also not zoned out and blurry. We have a gentle gaze directed softly and clearly downwards. You're at a comfortable and sturdy position, and your eyes are either closed or open. Gaze looking softly yet clearly downwards. Just relax. Allow it to happen. And we can only relax when we leave alone our doings, our problems, our fears, our to-do lists. And of course, we're not letting go of them permanently. We're just leaving them alone for now. For instance, take this to-do list you have on your plate. The things you have to get done today, or even tomorrow, or even the years to come. And just see if you can set it aside for now. Just for now. You can pick it up later. Just leave it alone. And notice what happens to your body when you just set it down for a second. And in the same way, the past, your story, the things you've gone through and the problems you've had in the past, just also set them down. And again, you don't have to worry about letting these go because you can just pick them up later if you feel you need them. But just for this moment, right here, grant yourself permission to let go of the heavy burdens of both the future and the past. And just notice how your body will naturally rest, finally free from the psychological weight of future and past thinking. Now, if you're normal, it's possible that I'm catching you thinking right now, thinking about the future or the past, or maybe you're trying to figure meditation out by thinking about it. But meditation is really a bad word because it comes with such baggage of clearing our minds or becoming peaceful. It's not what this is. This practice isn't even a practice. It's not a doing. It's a ceasing to do, a ceasing of attaching and identifying our life and our sense of self with thoughts. But for most of us, we're in the beginning stage. We are habitually attached to our thoughts, and we don't even know what it's like to not be attached to thoughts. We can imagine it, but that's just more thinking. So there exists certain techniques, certain ways of leaving thinking alone, essentially, to help us not be so captured and bamboozled by our mind. And of course, the greatest and most, probably the oldest meditation technique is to bring our attention away from thoughts and bringing the attention to something utterly present, which of course is the coming and going sensations of the breath. So find the breath wherever you feel it the most. You could feel it anywhere from the tip of your nose, the lower belly, and anywhere in between. And instead of following this next thought, the next plan, worry, frustration, doubt, just notice breathing. And I'm probably catching you thinking again. You see this habit we have of attaching to our thoughts, following them where they want us to go. And it's okay. When you notice that you're lost in thoughts, simply return to the breath. We're not shutting our thoughts off either. We're not ignoring them or pushing them away. We're not quieting thoughts. We allow thinking to happen. We let it come and go. We simply notice the breath as thinking happens. Regard it as noise outside your window, completely and utterly irrelevant to this moment. Breathing, rising and falling. Come back. Come back to the breath. Wake up. Wake up from thinking. Return to breathing. Rising and falling. This is it. This moment before thinking arises. Notice how things already are before you think about them. Notice how this moment is perfectly situated and there's nothing you can do about it. So why all the struggle? Why the resistance of what is? The resistance occurs as thoughts. And you are not thoughts. So just leave them alone. Completely rest here without a thought in mind. Completely rest and let go. Allow this moment to be just as it is. What happens? All right, you can look at the screen. Well, I thought maybe it's an appropriate time to talk about being ill. I don't know if we've ever done this, but I'm sure many of you may have come back from the holiday season with a bit of upper respiratory whatever, sinus whatever. Personally, uh, yeah, I can't even sleep at night, the nose is dry and you got all this going on, coughing, whatever. But I learned a long time ago when I was like in my teens, after listening to, of course, I bring him up. I think I brought him up yesterday, Ajahn Brahm, uh, that sickness is not something to be pushed away. It's this Buddhist idea. We accept everything no matter what comes. And a lot of the times when, especially in the West, when we get sick, we feel a sense of guilt, like we've done something wrong. And then we worry and make the sickness worse by thinking in our head, well, how much longer will this go on? I can't. I got this to do. I got that to do. I don't have time to get sick now. I can't sleep, but I have all these responsibilities. Uh, why do we do that? Somehow we take responsibility for what's out of our control. We're like, oh, if only I washed my hands more, if only I ate the right foods and exercised, then I wouldn't get so sick. I learned, though, to not, through this practice, to not resist it, allowing sickness. Everyone, if you're watching this, has been sick. We all do, and you will continue to get sick. In fact, when you die, you'll probably be sick of some way. It's just a natural part of life, and we know this. But what's great about this practice is that the more we accept and allow, accept and allow, accept and allow, sickness doesn't become this crazy problem. Sickness isn't this insane ordeal, even if you're bedridden. And the Buddha, of course, famously said, even though the body is sick, the mind doesn't have to be sick as well. But we get really sick in the mind when we're sick. What's that feeling? Do I have a cough? Oh no, what's going on? I need to go to the doctor. We're just worried and make it worse. We perpetuate it. So if you're sick right now, just enjoy it. Just allow yourself to be sick. There's nothing to do. You don't need to try to force yourself to get healthy. Let it happen. And I promise you, it won't last as long as this constant anxiety and effort it is to get out of the sickness. It's a great practice to accept the way things are. So be sick. Let the body be sick. Your mind doesn't have to be sick as well. Thank you for showing up today. Thank you for showing up for your life. And as always, and of course, without exception, I'll see you tomorrow.